This tutorial is about the dividend decision. The dividend decision, being one of the responsibilities of a financial manager, is about the distribution of profit. So if a company makes 100 Rand profit, how much is paid to the shareholders? So let's consider this example. The company for the last year has just made 100 Rand. The manager now needs to decide how much of that profit should be paid out as a dividend and how much should be retained by the business. If the manager decides that of the 100 Rand, 40 Rand will be paid out as a dividend, then that is a 40% payout ratio. If 40% is your payout ratio, then 1 minus the payout ratio will give you the retention ratio. So how much of the profits do you keep in the business? So 1 minus the 40%, it gives you 0.6, alternatively a 60% retention ratio. This dividend that's paid out of 40 Rand can either be paid out in cash, if the company has got enough cash available to pay out this dividend, or the company can even borrow cash in order to pay out this dividend. Or alternatively, if the cash is not available, the company can pay dividend by way of an asset other than cash, for example, trading stock. This is known as a dividend in specie, so a dividend paid by way other than in cash. So when a company is deciding on how much of a dividend to pay, there's a few things that it needs to consider. First and foremost is the company's own policy. So if the company policy states that the dividend payout must be 100% of profits every year, then the financial manager will pay out all the profits as a dividend every single year. The company will also consider investment needs. So if it anticipates that in the near future it will need the cash in order to invest in projects of the business that will yield a reward for the shareholders, it will then retain its profits so that it can fund those investments. The company will also consider its history in terms of dividend payments. If in the past the company has paid out a huge portion of their profits as a dividend, then it would have attracted a certain kind of shareholder. And therefore the shareholder would come to expect that the company would continue to pay a high proportion of its profits as a dividend, and therefore the company would consider this when making dividend decisions.